Okay, here's the third and last video about the Chapter 10 test. We left off on this slide, which was about the FOIL method, and we move on now to Section 9 of the test, which is about factoring trinomials. And factoring, reminder, first of all, is a matter of thinking of what factors there are of 12, and then deciding which of those would add up, which pairs of those would add up to make 7. So I've been recommending to you throughout the course this rainbow pattern, where I know that 1, of course, goes into 12, and it's going to go in 12 times. And I think about it, and yes, 2 will go in, and it'll go in 6 times, and yes, 3 will go in, and it'll go in 4 times, and then the door's closed. There's no number in between 3 and 4, and if I go any further to the right, I've gone past numbers that I've already tried. So those are the only 6 pairs, and here they are written out, but I'm sorry, 3 pairs. But each of those 3 pairs has a matching pair where they're negative. I know my handwriting is a little hard to read, especially that one there, so let's look over here. 3 and 4 was a pair. 3 times 4 makes 12, but also negative 3 times negative 4 makes 12. So in each one of these cases up here, there's a negative match or a mirror image down here. So which of those, now I've got 6 pairs in black here, which of those 6 pairs is going to add up to make 7? And the answer to that is 3 and 4 do. 3 times 4 makes 12, 3 plus 4 makes 7. So that means, and it looks like I didn't finish my writing here, that x plus 3 times x plus 4 is going to be the same thing as x squared plus 7x plus 12. These here are the factors of this trinomial. Now how about number 18? Well, in this case, I'm just going to jump right to the answer. The factors of 24 that add to make negative 10 are negative 6 and negative 4. And if you don't see those, go back and go through this same process. Make a rainbow pattern, but this time make it for 24. And you'll find that the only pair that add up to make negative 10 are these ones. So the factors of this trinomial are x minus 6, that minus 6 comes down here, and x minus 4, that minus 4 comes right here. And so that right here is your answer. Now, last section, section 10, you had to solve by factoring. It takes an extra step beyond where you've been. But you first have to go through the same steps as with regular factoring of trinomials. What are the factors of 5 that would add up to make negative 6? And there's one pair that will, negative 1 and negative 5. If you multiply negative 1 times negative 5, you do get positive 5, but if you add them, you do get negative 6. So that means x minus 1 times x minus 5 are the factors, but remember, this time they're set equal to 0. That's the difference about this question. You're asked to solve. You're not asked to factor. So they're set equal to 0. Well, if x minus 1 is 0, then x equals 1. I mean, think about it. 1 minus 1 equals 0. But if x minus 5 was the thing that was equal to 0, then x equals 5. You have to remember that one of these two things, either x minus 1 or x minus 5, had to be 0. You can't multiply this times this and get 0 unless one of them was 0. Okay, so let's do the same thing then over here. Negative 20, what are the factors of negative 20 that add up to make positive 1? Those factors are 5 and negative 4. So it's going to be x plus 5 times x minus 4. Again, it's set equal to 0. And that's going to mean that x is either negative 5 or x is positive 4. And those are the answers to question 20. That is it. That's the end of the third and final video for the Chapter 10 test. So you're all set.